This week on the Push Pull Legs podcast, we're joined by the better half of Biceps and Banter. Alright, 3, 2, 1, Biceps and Banner.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Dan Meek.
And me, Tom Hall, and one more.
And we got this chump in, haven't we, for the week?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, straight away. First word, insult.
Right.
Introduce yourself, mate.
Yeah,
Come on.
clearly
Proper
introduce yourself. We don't know who you are.
Mate, if people know who you are, they know who I am. Come on. Come on.
Wow, what, you bigger than me?
Yes, well, in every aspect. So I'm Mike. I'm an alcoholic. I'm interested in males and females and sometimes animals. No, I'm Mike, the other half of Biceps and Banter. Online coach, full-time dickhead. That's it. I don't like when people tell us about yourself, because I am just an idiot. Like,
Everyone hates it, though, don't they?
yeah, it's awkward, isn't it? Why don't you describe me, Dan? That'll be fun.
Yeah,
You
that'd
just
be a
described
lot better. You probably know way more than Mike about himself, so yeah.
Yeah, just an idiot, dickhead, idiot. I don't know what more there is to it, really.
Facts about me, Dan.
Some facts about Mike. I mean, I don't want to ruin this week's YouTube video, to be fair, so I won't go into too much detail. But I could get really in depth.
Sure.
Mike is a online coach who specialises in coming across as though he's really hard and would would beat anyone up at the drop of a hat, but actually he's the softest little twat you've ever known in your life. And gets very, very shy amongst people who he doesn't know. That's Mike in a nutshell. Yeah. Well, you said introduce you, so I'm introducing you as best I know you, mate.
Is in acting hard.
I mean,
You do act, mate. You come
acting
across like
hard.
a hard. Yeah.
and we
You're
have to peek behind the curtain right now. That what are you sat in front of, Mike?
What am I sat in front of?
Yeah.
What's behind you, mate, on the wall?
No one can see. Just a wall. Just a wall. It's fine.
Wall. So Mike's sat in front of a wall that's got fairy lights and flowers on it.
I've just put it up on Instagram, so you're fine.
I was on it. You are a liar, Dan.
No one can see it. You just said no one can see it, mate. So
Nice little fairy lights that he's put up just for this show. We don't video it, mate. It's all right.
good job for you, really. To be fair.
Brilliant. Is this what it's going to be like for however long that you do these things?
I mean, yeah, hour and a half usually. We kind of rattle through, so it would be fine.
We talk about burger toppings, and Dan gets moderately aggressive.
That is basically all that happens.
Not today, though. I don't think. I think you'll be moderately aggressive enough for everyone. So
Okay.
yeah, that's you all over, mate. Like I said, you act hard.
Well, I'm amped up because I've known you for 2 years now, and you've had this podcast for 2 years, and you've had everybody on there. You've had some poor guests.
To be fair,
and we asked them on before you.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean, and that's why I am quite aggressive currently, because it's taken this long, and now I know where I rank on this list.
Yeah.
And also, when you said earlier, you went, "Don't matter if you can't make it, mate." Oh, brilliant. Not bothered. But you didn't say that for Ross Edgley, did you?
No, mate, I did not.
No.
Ross Edgley still owes us a burger, actually, as well.
Never seen that, mate. He doesn't know who you are.
We made him, mate. We made him. We were the first podcast he came on.
And then if you've checked Amelia, she's been on every single podcast that's known to man ever since ours.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was you that started it off.
Yeah, we started it off.
Let's see how many requests you get after this one, Mike.
I reckon about the same amount as before.
Yeah. We only had to do
half of one that was kind of like, if you can make it, if not, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And only because my business partner runs it. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Only took us about 164 hours to get you on, so
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm up there then. I'm in the top.
To be fair, on some of those guests, we didn't realise they were bellends until after. So Yeah, on the back of that.
Whereas this one,
you know who you are.
We know you.
No in advance.
Yeah. Wonderful. All right, we're actually going to talk about some stuff about Mike, and before we just basically we're going to insult each other all the way through this, as you can see that Dan and Mike really, really get on. So we're going to go through a little bit of bodybuilding. I've written down people worth following for Mike's advice, because he's a bit of an Instagram model, and that's his thing, right? That's what you do on YouTube. Basically, I'm just gonna just hook you. It's absolutely fun. Yeah.
My balls went back inside myself.
Exactly. And then I want to talk about a bit of the calorie challenges, because that's actually something that looks quite cool. Those are the videos I've actually watched, but of biceps and banter. It's pretty good. You do a lot of them, so yeah.
Yeah. Too many.
A lot of people do that. They just watch the calorie challenges because obviously based on the number of subscribers you've got and views and stuff, they always get more views than we've got subscribers. Other people search for them.
Yeah.
But like we put out some gold content, it gets about 400 views. You're like, seriously? Like you just?
I follow you both on Instagram as well. I see it all there. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what people do there. People just want to see people want to see like the fun shit. And I think that, like I said, I think that's the one thing that since we did our own thing. I'm not going to say where we were before. Since we did our own thing, I suppose it's been more about like having fun and doing that sort of stuff, which previously was like, ooh, not professional. Fuck off. But it's kind of like since we've done more like fun things, like it's amazing how much people enjoy other people having fun. Like who knew? Who knew? But it really has like made a huge difference, I think, in terms of business and stuff, because obviously there's a lot of people out there who know what they're talking about, but no one gives a shit about them because they're not entertaining in any way, shape or form. And watching Mike eat 10,000 calories in about 15 minutes is pretty entertaining. Like feeding time at the zoo is outstanding.
Well, that's a nice little link that you've done there, because that is the title of the podcast, isn't it, I suppose? So you can tell you've been doing this a long time, Dan. You just will.
And you think I just do it like randomly on YouTube videos? You think I'm just like, you're like, why'd you do that? I'm like, oh well, it's coming up, and then you just ruin it.
And I hope for the best. But no, you're exactly right. Like it is the fun stuff that people want to see. Like, because like you said, nobody gives a fuck about fasted cardio or fed cardio. You could find that from 1,000 different fucking people online, whatever. But it's how it's said, I suppose, that makes the difference, and that ultimately is going to, I suppose, help you enjoy what you do a little bit more, and that's going to come across, and people are going to resonate with that. And then in turn, it's going to attract more people, because people are attracted to fun. Like we get it a lot. Like people just want to fucking book us for seminars or come to our dues because they just want to be part of having a laugh, really, because they know that we don't know anything. Like we're winging it. You don't know. But,
I think the secret though, Mike, is that we think we pretend that we're winging it, but they secretly know we know what we're talking about.
I know.
Secretly,
they know that you know that they know that you know, right?
Exactly. That's what it is.
Bang on. Yeah. So I've obviously known you guys for a little while, and you weren't. What made you switch from maybe not being as fun, exciting, and trying to draw that kind of crowd? Because you didn't put out those kind of YouTube videos previously, and what made you do it, basically?
So, on my behalf, so mine and Dan's answers are going to be slightly different. If you're putting it across to Dan, I probably wouldn't be interested in what he's doing.
No, I teach him every week, so no one's interested.
So I kind of have been quite similar throughout and tried to be. It was only, I suppose, working with the previous company that me and Dan worked with that we were kind of watered down and filtered out and things. So, because I went through like some business coaching when I first set my business up, and read a lot about marketing and everything like that, and listened to some of like Paul Mort's stuff like back in the early days and things like that. And he's obviously quite controversial, and so I always tried to be just myself, and I wanted to do stuff that I would want to read, or because it was read back then, because I started with like daily emails and things like that, and then video came into it, which was more of a progression from emails. It was basically what I did on emails, but just with a visual and audio. So I always tried to be myself, but then obviously to fit in with certain people's perceptions of branding and professionalism, it kind of got watered down, not through anything that I wanted to do differently, but the fact that, just a little bit of compromise, etc. And then I think Dan came to the realization that it perhaps weren't the best thing for business, and that actually just being yourself was. And I think we were on the same wavelength with that. And obviously when we made the move to do these certain things, because we'd started to do like Facebook videos, hadn't we? And they'd gone really well because we were a lot more like colloquial, less, clinical, and people like sharing them, and we were getting some respect from, other big people in the industry, like Phil Learning was sharing them and stuff like that. And actually, so it's not deemed unprofessional, like other professionals are sharing. So we thought there's something in this, and then obviously we just started doing what we're doing and enjoyed it, and we were just like, you know what, fuck this, let's just do it on our own, and that's it. And we've not really looked back, and I think it's benefited us pretty much in all aspects, like business and happiness, like in his own lives. I know I'm certainly a lot happier now, not being fucking filtered and told what I can and can't say. And I've just seen your Instagram post. Can you fucking take that down? Well, not fucking, because he wouldn't swear. Take that down. That's unprofessional. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Don't drink on camera. Fitness professionals should be drinking alcohol. Fuck off. I've always tried to be my and for anybody who I suppose might go through a similar kind of thing, like, because I know PTs and stuff, so like I would say, always try to be yourself and don't let anybody change you, because people will want to work with you for you. They're not going to want to work with vanilla, because then you're marketing yourself against every other fucking bang average person. You're always going to find enough people who are similar to you. Like Dan finds enough people who are similar to him, fucking surprisingly. Why? Like, there's people out there. So just be yourself and don't let anybody change you, really.
It's mad, isn't it? Because, Dan, do you remember going back? It must be 3.5, 4 years. And we attended Phil Learney's business seminar. And the whole take home of the whole day, even if he reasonably, like back then, about 4 or 5 years ago, he was a very aggressive presenter, but he's calmed down loads, and we had him on the show, such a nice guy. But his whole thing, we were like, all right, what's your selling point? Why do people want to train with you? And be like, we'd all put a hand up, be like, I'm a biomechanist, I'm a nutrition guy. And he's like, bullshit, no, it's not that, it's not that, it's not that, it's not that, it's you. They just want to play, they want to train with you. That's all they want to do. But it came to a realization after that. We were like, nah, that's not true. Yeah, they want to do it because of our expertise, and it's probably taken us about 3-4 years to realize, no, they're just there because of us. We could have given them whatever at this point, but they're probably stay with us.
I think that's also. I think your people who are fucking stupid prove that. Do you know? Like, I think people like in the industry are morons prove that there's something about them that people like, yet they know nothing. And a lot of them are fucking millionaires, and we watch their videos and we troll the shit out of them. We're like, what the fuck? They don't know anything, but they're doing something right. And I think like Mike said, we started doing the videos on Facebook, probably a good 6 months before we started a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So in terms of like us actually working together as a business, it was probably a year before that we started taking stuff seriously together. And it was basically because I remember one day we got the video camera out and we were videoing something, trying to be professional, and we couldn't be. We were just fucking laughing our heads off. The outtake video, we did an outtake video, and the outtake video got more response than the normal video did. And we were like, hang on a minute, like. And then Laura, because we worked with Laura Baker, who was also worked with us at the time, and she said, you guys are so good on camera together. It was like the first video we ever did together. I was stood on some fucking box because he was so much taller than me. And like, it was just like, there was just jokes flying. And we were like, oh, okay, let's try doing it. And we did them. And the first few videos we just did them one take, edited them slightly, put them out. And like I said, the response was what it was. And then we started the YouTube video a year ago in about a week.
12 year ago, yeah?
12. I was going to say 12 months ago.
Oh, okay,
I just looked at the date and realised it's a year basically.
Yeah, it's his anniversary.
Pretty close, isn't it? 12 months in a year.
Wow.
So yeah, we've been going for a year, and we basically started in April, and by the time we left, people were talking a lot about the videos we were doing, and other people didn't really like that fact, basically, that they were going well, and that we kind of knew what we were doing. And it got to the point where we were questioning a lot of stuff we were doing, because we're like, hang on, what we're doing is working. The other shit we were doing wasn't working. And then we kind of look back and go, well, over the last 6 months, all we've done, I say, what has it been now? 8 months, fucking hell, time flies. 8 months we've been on our own, and like things are absolutely flying. And we look back and go like, well, what have we done different? Well, all we've done is it's just been ourselves and been, but filmed what we do in everyday life, which is just have fun and just take the piss out of each other. And a lot of people have a mate like that, or they have someone like that they spend time with, whether it's in the office, at work, whether it's at the gym, whatever. And like everyone's got that person they piss around with, and people can connect with that because that's what people do all day, every day. They have a mate that they want to piss around with, and other shit gets in the way, and we're lucky that we get to do it more regularly than that. And luckily we know what we're talking about, so we actually do help people, which means that when we coach people, they get amazing results. But then, like I said before, there are people out there dicking around who people look up to and want to work with, and they don't know what they're talking about. So it comes down to, like you say, all the qualifications in the fucking world, but people don't give a fuck.
Clients, remember, they're your clients pretty much because they technically don't know as much as you, right? Like, for want of a better word, not always, not often the case, but like for the most part, maybe 80-90% of the people don't know as much. So it doesn't matter what you say that you know. Like, if somebody's great in this area, they don't know whether you are or not. They think that their coach knows everything because they know more than they do. And you only need to know slightly more than another person to look as though you know what you're on about. Like, how many times do people go to the gym and listen to their mate who's been training for a year, and they'll go, oh yeah, he knows what he's on about, and it's like, but he probably doesn't. So like, people don't give a fuck about what you know. Like, realistically, they'd like to think that they do, but what's going to connect with them? Like, and again, pretty much anybody who's making moves in the industry now is just a personality. Like, look at all the big guys who are like James Smith, Martin McDonald, like Jamie Alderton. They're all, good on camera, a little bit controversial somewhat, a personality, rather than what they're saying. James Smith doesn't fucking say anything other than stick yourself in a calorie deficit. That's all he fucking says. Like, his technical knowledge is non-existent, right? I don't know the guy, and I don't know.
We've had him on, so yeah.
Yeah, he may well know loads, right? But he doesn't put it across because he doesn't need to. That's the thing. He doesn't need to. He gets out of it what exactly what he puts across, right? Like, it doesn't matter for what he needs, his demographic. It doesn't matter. Like the fucking body coach, right? We know he doesn't know anything. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he'll still get a certain demographic results. Like, he's still helping a lot of people, and he's just, personality. It is what it is. Like, just be yourself, and if you know something, fucking bonus, realistically.
That kind of relays into one of my questions: is people worth following? From your perspective, especially from, you've got a few different avenues. Say this is kind of a business topic that we've just gone through. Also, Mike actually does compete in bodybuilding, unlike Dan. And then, who have you been looking up to in your kind of career through that, mate?
So, people who I would listen to in terms of sort of nutrition and training advice, I would say I listened to and read a lot of stuff by Lyle McDonald, Eric Helms, Berto Nunez, Martin McDonald, Brad Schoenfeld. Not going to say one of the other ones that was in there.
Everybody knows that is.
Alan Paragon. James Krieger. The typical evidence-based crowd, right? Like, so nobody really out there or different, it is what it is. So pretty much similar to everybody. I think there's a lot of people who are worth following for various different reasons as well. I think, obviously, you mentioned Amelia before. I think Amelia is worth following for a certain demographic. Hopefully she shouldn't fucking hear that, because I don't want to hear that I've said that. But yeah, like, in terms of like knowledge and stuff, I would go with them. In terms of entertainment, Louis Capaldi. Fucking hell, if you've not watched his, Louis Capaldi, amazing. Do you know who he is?
No idea.
No.
Me and Dan just sitting there going, no.
You need to follow him on Instagram. He's fucking hilarious. So he's a singer, right? He's got #1 like song at the minute, and he's like a fucking 19-year-old lad. He's like not facially blessed or body blessed, but he loves it and he knows it, and he's fucking hilarious, mate. Like, I can't stop watching him. Yeah.
Similar to you then, really.
That's non-fitness related, but it shows how somebody can come across so likeable, and it makes you want to watch them, right? So, like, because he is just himself. He is not putting no fucking filter himself. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you go and look at his Instagram now, like, you would see what I mean. And I'm watching him all the time, and I like him. I fucking like him. So it translates that obviously if we did that for ourselves and make somebody want to watch, nobody wants to watch because of like, I don't watch fucking Brad Schoenfeld, Lyle McDonald, fucking Eric Helms on Instagram. I don't do that. If I was gonna, do you know what I mean? Like, I would learn from them in terms of, I would read their stuff, right? But the way that, like, so what I would say about Instagram is you need to make it entertaining, and then obviously if you're wanting to sell, I suppose, from it, give a little bit of information in there as well, but make it so that it's just dropped in a almost subtle kind of way that's not too in your face and salesy and boring and fucking blah 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 and things like that. So that's what I found. I found that just being myself and almost making people want to watch because it's, I suppose, somewhat entertaining, and then giving a few bits of information in there. They watch because they like it, and then they build that relationship up with you that actually knows what he's on about. So if they were prepared to start coaching at some point, then you're the person they've been watching. They already like you because they've been watching you. They already know about you. They know what they know what you do. So for us, it's, you're then getting clients. It's almost like a jackpot because they know who you are. Like, they know your personality. You know you're going to get on with them, which makes for a better coach-client relationship, and you get better results that way. So for me, like, I look at non-fitness people for what I want to watch, basically, if that makes sense, on Instagram. I don't really follow many fitnessy people on Instagram like that, if you know what I mean. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Like, yeah. I think very similar, that I tend to have like a few which are very in my area of expertise, like the prehab guys, Dr. Brent Brookbush and physios, all these guys, who it's all very visual and I can see what they're doing. It's all very snippet. And then there's the cast of Game of Thrones, or some golf guys who do like golf challenges and all this kind of crap that I just like them. I like them presenting. That's why I watch it. And people were just like, "Oh, you're really sad, Tom. You like playing Star Wars games?" Like, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's a crowd. That's absolutely fine. I don't give a crap. So that's what I'd rather watch than just generic.
Yeah, people want to go on Instagram to be entertained, surely, because it's a break from whatever they're doing. A lot of the time, if I wanted to learn something, I wouldn't be looking on Instagram to learn it per se. But if I'm there being entertained by somebody who's in our field, let's say, for example, like a James Smith, right? And then he comes up with something that you didn't know. You're watching because you enjoy it, but then you learn it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to sit there and listen on Instagram to say Lyle McDonald give me, fucking 200 snaps on his story of him talking about some studies. Like, you're not going to do that because that's boring. You wouldn't go to Instagram for that. Like, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't be on Instagram for that reason. I want it as a break from what the other things I'm doing, right? So, like I say, if I'm entertained, then I'm going to watch or read or look or whatever, or just, a bird with the tits out. That's what it's
So speaking of like the entertainment value, and and you said the most watched videos that you guys have done because of the, I don't know, basically searching them, the calorie challenges, and of the ones that I know you've done, I know you did the 24,000 one in a day, right?
Yeah.
And you obviously did the 10,000 like normal. I feel like that's been done a lot now, but that was probably the first one you guys did.
Well, say that, Tom, but it's usually 10,000 in a day. That's the normal.
Oh, is that the normal in the day?
An hour. Yeah.
Oh, you did it in an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm like sitting there going, what does it feel like? What are the overcoming emotions of those days that you're actually, and what's going through? Because I've watched and like listened to the guy who does Man vs Food and how he prepares the stuff. But is there an idea for it?
So the first one,
and then you've got to tell me how Dan prepares as well. By the way,
fucking hell, what not to do? So the first one, I was quite daunted by, because I was like, what's going to happen? Like, I didn't know what to expect. I dieted for it. Like, I kept my calories low. I did an extra cardio, and I was like, right, I need to properly get my head in the game for this. And then, obviously, I did it. And then I realized nothing fucking happens. Like, nothing changes. Like, realistically, 10,000 calories, how much of it are you going to digest? Like, if you have dieted, how much glycogen you're going to fill. Has your TDE risen that day? Did you do more exercise because of it? Loads of different avenues, right? So realistically, in terms of the overfeed, how much, and then thermic effect of food is going to be fucking huge as well. Don't forget. So yeah, realistically, in terms of the overfeed, it didn't really do anything. Like I think the next day I might have looked watery, and then the day after that I was like sound. I was just back to normal. So it kind of leveled my head for the succeeding one. So then I just stopped preparing for them. So I was like, actually, it's not even a big deal. So now I don't prepare for them, and we've done a few just on the fly, like ad hoc ones, where we just turn up on the morning and just be like, should we do a calorie challenge? And then I'll just do it. So in terms of that and preparation, like we prepared the first few because we'd just been dieting. So it was all the things that we were like, right, we really like a breakfast, so we're just going to get loads of breakfast foods. And then the next one, it was like, right, we'll do a Saturday night takeaway themed one. So we do tend to run, I suppose, with themes of stuff, because I think, did we do a Christmas one? Can I remember a Christmas one? We did an afternoon tea one. So we run with themes, basically, to make it, I suppose, different to just doing 10,000 of randomness, right? With the feeling, I suppose, of the day of doing it, starts off with excitement. And, like, you can't wait. You can't wait to buy it all, to fucking tuck in. As you're walking around the shop or ordering it from the, like, whichever fast food restaurant it is or whatever, you're excited. The smell in the car, unbelievable. Like, honestly, like, sometimes you can't even keep your hands out of the bag just to pinch a chip because you're that excited about it. Frantically, cannot wait, right? And then within about 10 minutes, you want your life to end. Like, you can't describe the feeling until you've done it. And I get a lot of people who say, I could beat you, I can beat you. And it's like, maybe you could, right? But don't say that you can until you've done it, because there's a barrier, isn't there? And it's usually about 20 minutes in, Dan.
Yeah.
That's when I go. Like, my eyes glazed.
It's not even a calorie thing either, like, because we've done it before a couple of times with different types of foods and all that sort of stuff. And it's not about, like, when you get to that 15-20 minute mark, about the amount of calories you've consumed. It's literally just, you've obviously eat that quickly, and obviously the goal is usually eat it as quick as possible, except for the 24,000 one, but even that is the same thing.
Still,
you still eat pretty quickly, like, regardless. Like, 15-20 minutes is usually, most people wouldn't eat that long in their dinner. They wouldn't take that long to eat their dinner. So you get to that mark where you get to and it's just your body just goes, you're full, mate. And you just instantly, like that, like, you just feel awful. And like you say, the food starts tasting different. Like, I know it sounds really odd, but things at the start that tasted a certain way, and the reason we know this is that we've done obviously stuff with chicken nuggets and Jaffa cakes, which is the same thing. But even with other things you've done, like, you have half of it and then you go somewhere else, you come back to it, and it just tastes completely different, because you gotta go, oh, that went in well easy at the start, I'll save some of that for when I feel a bit fuller, and it just tastes completely different. It doesn't work, and it's the strangest. It's just the strangest feeling. You can't, like, I've been to the point where I can't put another mouthful in, because I'm like, I will be sick. Like, it's such a bizarre feeling. And, like, when I've watched them before, I'm like, fucking hell, mate, just eat it. Just get it in, yeah.
You can't, like, because it's like, sometimes I put it in, and I don't want to chew. I just have to hold it in my mouth for a little bit, just to compose myself. So, like, I mean, that sounds fucking mental. I get that. That sounds fucking mental, but you have to prepare yourself to chew something. But it is that bad, and then I get to the point where I then have to, like, sort of neck it with a glass of water, so I'm not even chewing it in the end. I like, break off small enough chunks that I can just neck and swallow whole. So it's ridiculous when you think of the concept, but yeah, like, 20 minutes and you're gone, and like Dan says, it all tastes like turd. Like, and the sweetness gets to you as well sometimes, and you're just like, oh my god, it's just so fucking rich. And I can't describe it. You'll have to do one, Tom.
I've got to do one at some point.
Well, to be fair, Tom is here. Tom is coming at the weekend for that biceps and banter thing. So I
am down for the whole weekend.
We won't be able to do one because we're dieting, so Tom will have to. Although, to be fair, the only exception to that rule, there is one exception to that rule of foods that don't taste the same, and that is the Wagamama's cheesecake. For some reason, when we did that one, it tasted amazing. I
thought you meant you had like 10,000 calories of Wagon Mama's cheesecake, mate. I was like,
that'd be easy.
That's
that
the
would be
cost.
It's a fucking.
We will do that one day as well, though. We will do that one day.
Yeah, that was bizarre, weren't it? Because we were fucked at that point, and then that cheesecake came out. I was like, "Oh my god, it's amazing!"
Yeah, because we said we love that cheesecake, and by the time we got to Wagamama's, we had consumed about 12. By the time we got to Wagamama's, 12,000 calories. By the end of the mains at Wagamama's, it was about 16,000 calories, and then we each had 2 bits of cheesecake, and we were like, "That was amazing." When we were worried that it was going to taste shit because we love it, but it was the only thing that whole day that I was like, "This is incredible."
Yeah, so good.
So that kind of answers what was the best thing that you've had whilst you were doing one of these challenges. What kind of resonates as the worst thing you put in your mouth whilst you were doing this?
The chicken nugget challenge was the worst for me.
For you?
Chicken nuggets were awful.
Well, the 24,000 calorie challenge was the worst for me, and from a couple of things, just because I was like that full. But the last item that I had to have, I decided to go for granola with double cream.
That's heavy as fuck.
And it was so rich. And I was on like 23,500 or something. I was like, oh my god, we're so close. And it was like there was like say 20 minutes left, and I was like so close to failing this. So Dan went and blended it, added further milk and water, and the volume was just something else. And when you're that full, what you do not need excess volume. The last meal. So I'm there having to drink my last calorie.
When you blended it, surely that beat some air into it, so it got a little bit bigger.
Oh yes,
great, mate.
Double the size of the volume. It was a bad idea.
Yeah, but at that point as well, by the way, let me just say, you're having to drink water to eat things anyway.
I was having to drink water to get that shake down, which was bizarre. Because it tasted that rich. I never thought I'd have to neck a liquid with water. Never thought that would ever have to happen. Because the rationale was like, right, blend it, and I can neck it. And as soon as I had a first sip, I was like, I can't neck it. I can't neck that. So I started eating it with a spoon at one point, didn't I?
Yeah, like soup.
Yeah. So that is the worst. Because I thought I ruptured my stomach. I was really bad.
I thought I was going to have to take him to hospital at one point. I was genuinely
I watched all of Mike's stories when he was doing the 24,000 one on that day, and then you you trained, you both trained on that day, didn't you? Because I remember you being at the Watson gym, and then you just being like, he just pointing to about where your forehead was like, I'm this much full. I'm done. Yeah. It's like, see you later. I'm 18,000 in. And I was just like, why are you? I was like, was there a purpose to training that day? Did you feel like you needed to, or you found yourself at the gym?
We probably wanted a bit of extra energy expenditure.
Probably.
And grow as it sounds, get a good pump. Yeah, but I think we just wanted the extra bit of it. We thought it might make us slightly hungrier by training, but it didn't.
No. I was like, you're so far in, it's not going to be good.
And it's not great training after, fucking a massive full English breakfast and about 8 donuts. So it didn't feel great. But we fucked the challenge up, really, because stupidly, we started late at night, which a lot of them do, but we didn't get the aspect of them then waking up early in the morning. So me and Dan still had a lie-in. So, so what they do is they start at 7, 8, and then obviously they'll go to bed, and that sleep they sort of digest, etc. But they'll get up at 4 and have another meal. We didn't do that. We were 9 the next day, so we'd lost about 12 hours of eating or something that I didn't eat for. So realistically, I'd eaten it in about 12 hours, which is an effort.
I mean. It just shows the amount of planning that went into it, mate. So
dash with everything.
But leading on to the gym question, because what kind of Dad wanted to talk about with you as well with these challenges, and kind of I'm going to guess that your daily expenditure isn't around 24,000. So maintaining kind of where you're at, with these kind of eating challenges? Because you're a big guy, but you do keep yourself in pretty good nick.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, you only see that on Instagram, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't see it on the screen. So yeah, I would say that I probably maintain on maybe 3,500, 4,000, let's say, a day. So was that me? Maybe me. Yeah,
I think that was you.
3,500, 4,000 a day. It was dinging, it was like, yes, correct. You do. So think about it logically. Typically after an eating challenge, I don't tend to eat the next day, or at least not a huge amount. So if you think about it over 2 days, if I've done 10,000 calories, then it's 5,000 a day, and realistically, that surplus isn't really excessive. So if you wanted to, you could just sort of chip away at that, I suppose, for the rest of the week or leading up to it. You could do that, or add a little bit of extra cardio. I don't tend to do it like I say now. I did at the beginning, but I don't now, just because I naturally tend to eat quite well anyway. So people will see these challenges and go, well, how can you eat all that and stay relatively in trim, I suppose. But I also train 4 or 5 times a week. I do cardio from time to time. I also keep my calories fairly low on the days that I'm not doing these calorie challenges. I eat fat-free dairy. Pretty much most of my meat sources are from chicken or turkey. I eat tons of salad and veg to fill myself up. I eat butternut squash still. I still eat broccoli rice. I don't eat normal rice. So my calories are quite low. Because my appetite is so large, I can't really go back to sort of normal foods, because I would just keep getting fatter. So I would eat my maintenance from quote unquote, diet foods, which would be used in a diet. So I tend to do all of those things, which people don't, I suppose, see. They just see the good bit, right? They just see that, fucking hell, you get to eat all that, and you still look all right. I don't know how it's happened. It's like, yeah, but the rest of the time I'm pretty fucking boring. I cook the same fucking foods. I have an omelette every morning, an egg white omelette every morning for breakfast. Pretty much every lunch is a chicken salad, and then my evening meal switches between a turkey burger and butternut squash waffles, fajitas with 2 wraps or something, and that's it. And then I have 2 bowls of Greek yogurt and a tub of Halo topping, and that's it. Pretty much every day. Fucking boring, ain't it?
It's a peek behind the curtain for everybody. That's this.
Then you can go away and go to London like me and Dan did this week, and go and have donuts and burgers and pancakes. And it's yeah, that's cool. Just do all the other shit, and also don't forget, Tom, diet the fuck for 7 months down to stage weight, right? And then you've got a little bit of leeway to gain some weight back, right? It's the dieting that people don't want to do first, So when we started these calorie challenges, it was a couple of weeks after I'd competed. So you've got scope there to gain a good fucking 10, 15 kilos, and still look half decent when you weigh, obviously, I weigh over 100 kilos. That's going to sit differently to somebody who's 60 kilos, It's a much smaller percentage.
Like Dan, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, Dan's not 60 kilos yet, is he?
Not quite. He's getting there. With these challenges, if you do a few more, he will be there soon.
He's getting there with these challenges. He ate 1 donut on the first one. Isn't it? But yeah, so like I say, the people again will probably choose to not see that I didn't drink alcohol for 7 months. I didn't have a takeaway for 7 months. I ate 1,800 calories and did 3,000 calories worth of cardio every week for 7 months. So it's all relative, right?
No one wants to hear that bit, mate.
Yeah, that's just Jesus Christ.
Yeah, can I skip that and just do the challenges?
That's what you're doing now, mate. That's why you're overweight.
Yeah, exactly that, isn't it? Exactly that. So yeah, there is scope to gain a bit of weight and still look all right.
So with the bodybuilding and the shows, are you planning to do any more?
No, absolutely not, Tom.
No.
There's nothing really appealing about starving yourself for 6 months to stand on stage with a fake tan and get baby rolls for people to look at. There's not that much appealing about it. The first time I competed, right, was for a business point of view. So I used to be in the Air Force, defending the country. When I done.
Yeah, when you're a guard on the fucking base or something like that on the gate.
Yeah, I am trained with weapons. Yeah.
Literally lifted up the gate up and down with a toy gun on your shoulder.
It happened. It was automatic. Yeah. So where was I? Yeah. So basically, I was starting up. I just started my degree and stuff like that, like whilst I was in the RAF, and got qualified as nutritionist, PT, all that, whilst I was still in. And I was wanting to start my business. And I remember asking all of my football team on an away match on a bus. And I asked them all, like, if you had two coaches there, one had competed, one hadn't, and you didn't know anything about the qualifications, or they looked roughly about the same, who would you go with? And every single one was like the guy who's competed. So I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to compete then. So stupidly, I decided to compete. And I did all right. I came second. So
Out of two, yes, Dan.
On a better note, that absolutely agrees with the research that we reviewed like 2 weeks ago, Dan.
Yeah.
Mike's anecdotal research from football team, and then we looked at a research paper that was discussing that exact fact of
Was it
people.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah, there was a paper. I can't believe I didn't send it to you. Basically, there was a paper that came out, and it was a. They basically said that your perception of PTs,
of knowledge and competency.
People look at trainers who are in shape and believe that they are more competent and more knowledgeable just because they're in shape. And it was kind of the whole argument about, like, should PTs be in shape? And I think me and you, Mike, have the same conversation that we've had with me and Tom have had on here. It's, if you're a PT, you need, in our opinion, if you're in shape, it's going to help you. And it's like you're competing against people who are just in shape. They know nothing. But there's an element to it where everyday Joe doesn't know how much you know. And they will judge you on that. And this research basically backed us up with that, which was, if they don't know you, they will judge you on how you look. But once they know you, that goes away, and it doesn't really matter as much. Of course it doesn't. But ultimately, someone's first impression of you was that. Which is quite interesting.
It is though. Like, but you see it all the time. People ask the person who's in shape at the gym what they did, and then they copy them. Like, going back to it, like, you've probably heard this story before, Dan, but like, there was a lad when I was in the RAF who was like 8-pack year round, like genetically gifted, didn't train, didn't know anything about food, used to drink all the time, but like looked quality, like looked really good. And people used to ask him for nutrition and training advice, and he used to like give out little bits because he thought he knew a bit, but he didn't. And we were sat at a table once, and he was eating gammon, and he said, "I love fish, mate." And we were like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh, I just bloody love fish. I love a bit of gammon." And we were like, "Gammon? Are you thinking of salmon?" And he was like, "What?" And we were like, you know that gammon is from a pig?" And he was like, he kind of did that awkward laugh where he wasn't sure whether we were having him on or not. That's his nutritional knowledge there. Yet people were still asking him what you need to get in shape, So it just shows that it makes no fucking odds. But anyway, yeah, so the first show went quite well, I suppose, and I came second. So then that meant that I went to nationals, and I came 5th at nationals. And I wasn't really planning on doing it again because I didn't particularly enjoy it. Like, I get quite nervous, and as Dan's introduction explained, I'm quite shy, I suppose, despite the bravado that I put on.
The hard man act.
Yeah. So I don't particularly enjoy it. I get really nervous and agitated, and I don't like people coming to watch and stuff like that, and I don't have any of my family or friends come and watch me and stuff, and so I wasn't going to do it again. But then when we worked with our previous company, we decided as a team to all compete. So all 5 of us dieted for a show again. I suppose I did all right there as well. I came 3rd in that one, but I decided to not go to nationals that time because I just don't like it. And then I competed last year, and again I just don't like it. And I didn't do very well last year because you just get there, and if you turn up and you're just like, I've dieted for 7 months and everybody here is on gear, and you're just like, well, that's a waste of my life for 7 months. Yeah, that's it. Get back to the calorie challenges. Like, and it's just, I don't feel that there's enough reward for me to do it, considering I don't like it. I think for people who love it, fantastic. I think for people who could potentially do well at it and devote their life to it, fantastic. Like, if that's what you want to do. But for me, there's more important things currently in my life than doing that. So I don't think I'll ever do it again.
I think it's a common trait with a lot of people that we start, I don't know, have kind of seen that they've, obviously you kind of wear out something and you kind of lose your love for it anyway, but possibly. But it seems like some of the bodybuilding, it does seem to lose a lot of traction within people after they've done it like 3 or 4 times, and then it's kind of like, yeah, maybe I'm done with this. Like, I need to move on with my either life, career. There's stuff that's, I guess it's the hierarchy as stuff gets more important than just looking insane, and then you're like, actually, friends, family stuff, fairy lights, that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I think it's one of those where as well. Like whenever I've had someone who comes to me and they say they really want to do a show or whatever, and they've never done before, I'm always like, well, have you done a photo shoot? They're like, no. And then they do a photo shoot, and then they actually like enjoy that more. They're happy with the pictures. Again, the pictures you get from a show are never quite as good as a photo shoot. You don't get as many. You don't get any, anything like that. And the effort you have to put in to go to a show and to go even further and past that point is just ridiculous. Like, we've got a shoot in 10 weeks, and we'll probably look all right for it. We're not going to fucking diet ourselves like we would for a show for it. But you still look all right. Pictures still look good. You still look pretty happy with it. And I think that, like I said, I did it because it was kind of like everyone was doing it together, and I didn't enjoy it. I was like, I wouldn't do that again for the same reason that Mike said. I was looking around like, well, I was like, unless I start getting on steroids, what's the fucking point? Like, it is pointless, and you have to devote so much of your life to it. Like you said, like if you love it and that's what you want to do, then crack on by all means. But that's like 0.01% of the population, and again, people like coaching prep clients. They like seem to want to do it as if it's like the holy grail of like online coaching, and it's like, yeah, but think how many people out there actually want to do it, and I think how many people out there just need to lose some weight. Like you're really niching down on such a small market that's quite saturated with other people doing it as well. I think we've chatted about it before. I'll never ever do it again because it's like that competitive nature in me doesn't get me going. It's like, I don't care. Like, of course you're going to beat me, mate. You're twice the size of me. Of course you're going to beat me. And it's like, what's the point?
Like any other sport, though, like at this level, like sport should be done for fun. Like, unless obviously when you're a professional at any sport, then yeah, there's going to be an element of it's fucking hard. Like, but even at this shit standard that we would compete at, it's still fucking hard. Like, if you want to play 5-a-side football with your mates, you don't have to diet 7 months for it. Like, you don't have to give up everything for it. So it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it unless, like you say, you just absolutely love it. And I would talk pretty much most people out of it unless they were dead set on it. I'd just be like, look, do you want to give up your relationships with family, friends, partners, lose your libido, not be able to eat out, go to social events, you've got this coming up, that coming up, this, that, you can't do it. Like, you can't drink, you can't do this, you can't do that. To stand on stage, be judged by somebody else, potentially not be happy with what that judge has said, and come away with a plastic trophy if you're lucky. Like,
there's no money in it. There's nothing else in it.
Weigh those options up. Like, there is more, and it's a big chunk of your life. It's not like saying, "Oh, I'll diet for 3 or 4 weeks." It's like 6 fucking months. It's half a year. You do it every year. Fuck me. Like,
so also to be the best as well, and to like, if you're going to compete again, is you've got to have that approach in your off season as well. Like, you can't just like sack it off for a year.
No.
Like, because they have off seasons, and that's when they have to train just as hard. Again, you can't really drink huge amounts of alcohol because again, it's going to affect your recovery. And like, there's elements to that, even that as well, that you're like you said, you look back and go, what the fuck is the point? Like, at the end of it, and I don't know. Like you say, it's personal preference, right? Like we had AJ Morris on, and we talked to him, and he, again, on that podcast, it was like getting into the mindset of a world champion at that level, right? And it is literally like tunnel vision. And it has to be. It has to be. Like, it has to be.
Like, and great. And he's great at what he does, right? Like, that's fantastic for him. And that's the demographic that he appeals to with his clients, etc. And that's fantastic. But like Dan said, I don't really particularly want to prep. I've got a few prep clients, and they're fantastic. And typically they work fucking hard. And there's a reason why they compete, because they all love it. The guys I've got love it, and they want to do it, and they love the routine and stuff, and that's fantastic. They're actually quite easy to coach. But I want to coach guys who are like me, who enjoy a beer, who enjoy having a burger, want to do a food challenge if they want to do a food challenge, like, because why shouldn't they? Like, but they still want to get in shape, they still want to look decent on the beach, be happy, confident with their top off. Like, that to me is perfect. Like,
yeah, it still relays into there's the cost of getting lean is the thing that I go towards, and then if they want to actually go beyond that, that would be a bodybuilding show if I'm honest. So, but I'm never going to prep anybody for that because it's not my field of expertise. Wouldn't have a clue what to do. So, Go to these guys if you really want to.
Neither do a lot of the other people coaching me, so don't worry about it.
It's
I'd be
not
like,
hard.
here's calories, go. All right, go.
Stick 'em on cardio. Do it for long enough, and they'll
All right, guys. We're about 50 minutes in, so I'm going to introduce what is essentially going to be a fitness, nutrition, not really ish version of Family Feud, and you guys are going to go straight away. So we've got a few lists that you guys are going to have to pick pick the stuff on the list. You've both seen Family Feud. What's it called over here?
Family Fortune.
Family Fortunes. Oh, good. So
I was thinking that, I was like, what the fuck's Family Feud?
Family Feud's the Americanized version. So
Family Fortunes.
Family Fortunes. There we go. You guys are both Northern. You would have watched it, so it's absolutely fine. All right, we got a few lists. I'm gonna let our guests choose one. So where we have best burger toppings, of course. Worst people at the gym. Best workout songs. Best sodas. Superfoods. Best protein powder brands. Protein shake ingredients. Cereal brands, or best bodybuilding foods. Is that too many?
What was the first one again? I'm joking. Worst people at the gym.
Worst people at the gym. Let's go. All right. So you both know how this works. Ish.
Yeah.
Dan's like, yeah, he's sitting back at this like, I don't know what's going on. Like, never done a quiz before.
Right? You've got to name somebody who's shit, like, who you would say is shit in the gym.
So
like,
we are using a website called ranker.com.
Yeah, but who's going first? That's what I was waiting for.
Oh, Mike's going to go first, mate.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's what I was waiting for.
So I'm within the top, I think, as this goes on for a while. Let's go top 10. You've got to get on this list. Okay? And you can say what you like.
Okay, so worst people in the gym. I'm going to go with... is bro too generic?
Let's see. Number 5, bros. Boom. Mike straight in with a list.
In.
Nice. Dan.
Crossfitters.
Crossfitters. I think we're top 10, mate. That's a bit niche. Wow. Oh, he's done. As soon as you get 3, you're done, mate. So let's do it.
What was number 1?
No. You
We just
still carry on.
Surely on different lists now, don't we?
The grunter.
Oh, there we go. We've got a grunter one on here, 100%. That's number 8. Mike.
Get in.
Absolutely balling. Dan, can you make it 2 in a row?
Yeah, probably, yeah. I don't know, like
Have you ever been to a gym?
No!
Look at you. No.
The smelly guy.
The smelly guy.
The guy with no deodorant.
Let's have a look. Bam. Bam.
Is that not?
No. It's
Wow.
not there. But
But the grunter's on there.
yeah, the grunter's on there. But I can. Yeah, I can't give it to you because it's not in the top.
sweaty man.
It's not in the top 10.
Noise?
What's that?
Make the noise. Come on.
Make the noise. There we go.
Yeah.
So Dan's over 2. Good work, mate. You got one more, and then Mike gets this list, mate. So best of 3 lists.
So I will go with the shadow boxer.
The shadow boxer. I can already tell that's not there.
Fuck.
Dan, you want to make the noise?
You make the noise, mate.
Bam.
How is that not on there?
The machine hogger.
The machine hogger. No.
What
Dan's
piece is
done,
this?
mate. You are awful. Right on. Mike gets that first list. Boom.
Ridiculous.
I don't know you win, but yeah, let's put these top 10. So if anybody wants to know, number 1 apparently this to this website is people who don't clean up their sweat. You said that, Dan, but you didn't go back on it. 2, people who refuse to put their weights away. I see. You got 4, number 3, old naked dudes in the locker room.
Nice.
Well, yeah, okay. I was thinking up the gym floor. That's not really.
And what did you like that?
Yeah. Then we had bros. Number 6. You talked about it so much already, mate. Mr. Unwanted Advice. We got selfie takers, the obnoxious grunter,
Mike fits into about 4 of these.
the texter, the chatty cafe, and the flirter. Very nice. Dan, I'll let you choose lists. So that one's gone, mate. You should go towards something that's a little bit more home for you.
Burger toppings.
Burger toppings. Boom. Should we go top 10 again? I feel like we have to, because this could be a quick list. Oof. All right, mate.
Cheese.
Yeah, that's on there. I'll give you. It does say cheddar cheese. So.
What?
What'd you say, Mike?
What number was that coming in at?
Oh, Jesus Christ! You're taking it real seriously. That was a 2. 2.
Bacon.
Bacon, yeah. Yeah, that was number 1.
Yes.
Ding. There we go.
But you can't. Right. Okay. Answer me this question: do you ever have a burger with bacon on without cheese?
That's
you don't ever.
Asking.
No, but my point is that if cheeseburger's the first thing. Don't put bacon on before cheese. The cheese should be number 1.
There's 100 people.
Ridiculous.
Doesn't matter.
You're missing the premise of the game, Dan.
Pickles.
Right,
Go on.
did you just give yourself more time to think? That's basically what you've done.
Pickles.
You're already out, aren't you? Pickles. Remember, we're thinking top 10, mate. Yeah, that's good. I'll give you it. It's dill pickle. Yeah.
What number?
That was number 8. Living dangerously.
Oh. Are sauces on there?
Yeah, they are.
They are.
You can't ask questions.
Ketchup.
Ketchup. Yeah, ding.
What number?
4.
Oh, I'm so better than you, Dan. I love this
Look how seriously you're taking it.
We're going to have to do these for YouTube.
Let's do it, Dan. Back to you, mate.
Oh, mustard.
Mustard. What we got? No. Not in the top 10, mate. Not in the top 10.
Ridiculous.
That is number 11.
This is
Jalapenos.
ridiculous.
Wow, that's outrageous. Jalapenos.
Yeah.
No, definitely not. That's reaching, mate. You've got Mexico. I don't even. That's 21. That is on that list, mate.
Fucking hell.
Onions.
Where you going, Dan?
Onions.
Onions. Yeah, you're good.
What number?
5.
Oh God! So I've got to get number 3 then to do the clean sweep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tomato.
Tomato is there. Ding. Well done. Number 6.
Oh.
We're almost out of the top 10 because these are the start going pretty quickly.
You said cheddar cheese before, didn't you? Blue cheese.
Wow, Dan, you're 1 life away, mate.
Lettuce.
Come on.
Number 3. Oh, that's a clean sweep. Wow. Dan, you got to get this, otherwise.
Lettuce. Fucking hell.
Well, there's no way that Dan's going to have won this category. There's no
Mayo.
Ding. Yeah, you're good. Mayo's number 7, mate. I feel like there's only 2 left in this top 10. That's all right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. There's only 2 left.
9 and 10.
9 and 10.
It's hard. Do you eat some?
No. Bam.
Can you think?
I'll give you a clue, as they are both variations of stuff you both said already.
Cheese.
American cheese.
American cheese. Ding.
And then, what I said? Bacon. Said lettuce.
Dan's also said stuff as well, mate. Remember? Did say both of you?
Yeah, no, but you said variations on what we've both said, and Dan got the cheese one.
Yeah, but either of you could have said it.
Right, okay. I don't know. Can you just put that up as midway?
Shall we time us out? Grilled onions, mate. Bam.
What?
Outrageous. I know. That's one list each. I feel like this is going to be. So this is for the game. You've got to go last list. Mike, you can have it. What do you want?
It's the game.
No, you didn't win. You've got 3 X's. Dan only went wrong twice.
What?
Hey, see, that's just stay in the game, mate. You just got to stay in the game sometimes.
That's not how it works.
My scoring system's right here.
No, it is how it works, mate.
This game's shit.
It is how it works. You got buzzed out, so deal with it.
Right, we've
Okay.
got last list.
Tom's choice for last list, then, I reckon.
My choice. Ooh, that's going to be so easy.
Cereals.
No. Where are we going to go? I feel like it's got to be superfoods.
Okay.
Bam. So, the healthiest superfoods according to ranker.com and the people who vote on this. So,
Number
Me-
one.
whoa. I get to decide who goes first. The guest goes
I
first,
just went
mate.
last round, surely, so I go.
What?
Well, that's how it works.
All right, let's go. Mike, first. On.
I will go with chia seeds.
Chia seeds. That's punchy straight out. No chance. Bam. Oh.
I know what I should say.
I know what you said as well.
Go on then.
Avocado.
Avocado. Ding. Number 7, mate. What on?
7.
Kale.
Saying kale.
Yeah.
Bam, Mike. Come on, mate. It's an American. I feel like this is from an American audience. I feel like that's a very British thing to have.
Wow. Kale is considered up there, isn't it?
Blueberries.
Oh, mate. Number 1. Blueberries.
I know my superfoods, mate.
Fucking hell, I fucked this, haven't
Yeah.
I? Quinoa.
Quinoa.
No.
Strike, mate.
No.
3 go to that.
Dan.
That's because there's no such thing as superfood. So
For
Mine's
anybody
getting really
interested,
strong now.
we had blueberry, broccoli, spinach, strawberries, garlic, apple, avocado, almond, carrot, and banana.
ridiculous.
Absolutely mental.
Ridiculous list.
Don't blame the list.
Wow.
Why is a banana more super than a strawberry?
Just is, mate.
It
Shape.
is
Ridiculous.
absolutely
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's for you. We all know-
Let's bring this back. So, apart from obviously playing Family Fortunes, what lies in store for in the future of Biceps and Banter?
Even more of these.
Even more.
Just coaching. Like we said that we're just going to focus on like primarily being coaches because that's what I suppose pays the bills. So we're just going to keep focusing on those clients and just be the best that we can be, as fucking cliche and as sad as that sounds. But I think sometimes people do get sidetracked with their little fucking jaunts in other directions, and their coaching falls a little bit by the wayside. So just coaching, and then in our sort of other days where we're not doing so much coaching, just try to be as fun as we can on YouTube and just enjoy it. Like that for me is the main thing. If I'm enjoying it and I'm happy, then that's it. Like I don't care about anything else.
100%. Have you got was there one space left on your lifting workshop, or is that gone already?
Yeah, one space. So we'll probably do a couple of these because it seemed to have gone quite well. Like that's only come about because we've had an unfortunate dropout. It had sold out. So we've got one space that's on the 26th of May, right, Dan? In Bath. So if anybody wants to come to that, I'll be handing out the drinks. Dan will be doing some coaching. Yeah, so that's and it's cheap as fuck as well. So you can't get us on that angle. Because we are providing the lowest quality content. We priced it accordingly. So yeah, we're going to do that. What else have we got in store?
Just, I think like I said, for us, like we've said for the next 6 months anyway, that's kind of all we're doing is we're just going to focus on coaching. Probably do another training day at some point. We've got our client photo shoot in June, and yeah, it's just about YouTube really, and growing that and making the best of that, and like I say, putting out I suppose entertaining content that we can, and then I think going into the end of the year we'll probably look up what else we can potentially do. But that's it, and like all the other stuff we've got going on will just naturally evolve from that, I think. But yeah, in terms of like what we love doing, we love coaching our clients, we love creating videos, so we'll just do more of that. Yes, please, 4. So yeah, just more of that, even more of that.
More of that, mate. Decent.
Yeah, I think too many people are trying to I think obviously because a lot of this is aimed at training stuff, is that they try and do too much. They try and focus on too many things. Like we've thought about this sort of stuff, but again, only because we've had thoughts before about like doing group training or group programs, and it's like, well, people don't get the best they don't get the best service. If you're good at one thing, just do that and do more of it, and that's kind of what we want to do. And like I said, the biggest thing for us is when we still get just as excited as we did in our first YouTube video when someone shares it, when they subscribe, when they comment. Like we still text each other when we hit milestone subscribers. Like it's all sad, but it's like we still have that feeling we did when we did our first ever video, and we just don't know where that could go. And I think the support we've had for it so far has been amazing, and like I say, it really does mean a lot. Every comment, every share, every subscribe, it does mean a lot, and you'll be amazed how much it does help us and drive us on to do more. I know some people. Like we look at the stats. A lot of people watch it without subscribing. A lot of people do that sort of stuff. But I think if people knew what the effort that goes into some of that stuff, they'd realise why we're just doing that and why we just do that in our coaching. Is that it's not just flicking a camera on and fucking talking shit. I mean, most of it is, but there is elements of it that are planned out. It's well thought out. There's themes to it. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to create something like that. So yeah, we're just going to make sure we focus on doing more of that shit.
Yeah,
basically.
Are we going to Body Power on the Friday? Are we doing that?
Yeah, probably might be. Maybe I'm not overly keen on going, but
I'll be there.
Yeah, So we'll probably be going there. So again, if anybody wants to do anything whilst there, I'm game to eat food. Is that before or after? Oh no, before I shoot. No.
Yeah, it's just 4 weeks before I shoot, mate.
Yeah, come say hi.
Come say hi to everybody at Body Power, 100%. I'll be there Friday, Saturday. That'll be fun.
Are you speaking, Tom?
I am speaking on a panel or two. Yeah, it should be fun. I think I'm speaking with the lad who created Integra. Integra, like bodybuilding performance, whatever his name is, Michael Cauldron. I think another lad as well. I think I know what my topic will. Well, what a couple of the topics will be about education and then athlete training. If anyone wants to come and listen or heckle and ask ridiculous questions, then they're more than welcome to. So.
I don't know where our invite is to talk, Dan. Has it been lost?
Must have been lost in the mail. I don't know, mate.
Check your junk folder.
Definitely, 100%, mate. So
I think it says something like not professional enough.
Yeah,
swear too much, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be allowed to swear on stage, will I? Mate, you boys have done it before, so I'm excited. Should be fun.
Yeah.
And from an outsider looking in of your YouTube videos, it does look like fun. And Mike, even though Dan won't say it to you, he's having the best time that he's ever had when in fitness right now. Yeah.
Oh, appreciate it.
Complete lies. Complete lies, mate.
I appreciate you saying that, and the feeling is mutual.
All right, with that, we'll end it on a lovely note, mate. And thanks for coming on, Mike. It's been obviously long overdue. That was purposeful. And I mean, go subscribe.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to like the first guest and ask them again now. To come back on.
We've kind of we've used everybody, so it'll be another 150 episodes till we invite you back. If that's
See you in 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Wonderful. All right, thanks for listening, guys. Go check these guys out on YouTube. Thanks to everybody that's rated. I want 125 5-star reviews by Easter, wasn't it? Something like that. I think we're pretty much near enough there. That'd be fun. No chance. Okay, fine.
Well, this ain't wealthy, is it? Jesus.
If you like this show, unsubscribe from Biceps and Banter and then subscribe to Pre-Pitter. Great. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, mate. And me and Dan will catch you next week.
Yeah, anytime.